And good afternoon to you once again, and welcome to Germantown Hills Middle School, the site of this IESA Class 3A State Finals on Central Illinois Sports. It's the third quarterfinal of the day. It's Channahon and Beecher. Channahon 20-1, Beecher 19-5. The winner trying to move on to the state semifinals later on tonight. Alongside Damon Emmerich and Justin Poor, I'm Charlie Hull. Glad you've joined us for coverage of the IESA Class 3A State Finals on Central Illinois Sports. We'll talk more about the matchup on the other side of this timeout on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show.
Are you looking to streamline your banking? Great Rivers Bank has just what you need with our streamlined checking and savings accounts. Earn high interest rates or get cash back on debit card purchases with your qualifying account. Plus, ATM fee refunds. Certain qualifications required. Call or visit our website today at www.greatriversbank.bank to get started. Great Rivers Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. The Channahon Indians and the Beecher Bobcats in this Class 3A IESA quarterfinal. Bobcats with an 18-4 record coming in. Losses on the year to Mantino, 27-20. A loss to Frankfort Summer Hill, 28-20. A loss to Lockport Kelvin Grove, 27-20. And they fell to Manuka, 27-15. In postseason action, they've beaten Glenwood Brookwood, 30-12. Defeated South Holland McKinley 44-21 and won the regional championship in avenging a loss over Lockport Kelvin Grove 29-27 and a nail biter there. They didn't have nearly the struggle in the sectional as they defeated Calumet City Shrum by a score of 44-19, and that's how the Bobcats have arrived here with a record of 19-5 on the season. Their opponent is the 20-1 Channahon Indians. Indians' only losses to Bolingbrook Jane Adams, who's playing in the Class 4A state quarterfinals today and won earlier today, so no shame there. In postseason, they've defeated Morris Saratoga 35-9, Lyle 39-10, and beat Rockford Marshall in the sectional 38-8. So they have rolled through their opponents here in the postseason. It is the Great Rivers Bank pregame show. Coaches, captains, and officials are meeting at midcourt in preparation of this contest. Both of these teams made an appearance as 7th graders a season ago and looking to take home the top prize here in their 8th grade seasons. Glad you're alongside on Central Illinois Sports. Tell a friend where they can watch the games live from all of the locations of this year's IESA State Girls Basketball Finals. We'll be back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show following this timeout.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that. It looks awesome, and then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Welcome back on the Great Rivers Bank pregame show on Central Illinois Sports. Channahon and Beecher in this matchup. Channahon coming from up by Minooka, just north of Dwight and Pontiac on their trip here to action today. And 21 on the season. They played in the state finals as an 8th grade team last year. Beecher played in the state finals as 7th graders a season ago. Beecher a little farther trip, 2 hours and 1 minute to this site, as they are just near the Indiana border, sort of between, well, I'd call it Wilmington and the Indiana border, just a little north of Manteno, and just a little shy of the Chicagoland area. Both teams out of the court warming up in preparation of this contest. We'll also have one more quarterfinal game coming up for you, scheduled around 2:30, as Teutopolis will take on Pittsfield Pikeland. That game is at 2:30. Winner of this game will play the winner of that game at 6:30 tonight in the semifinal. The other semifinal will start at 5. That's Germantown Hills and Litchfield, as they both won earlier today. Great Rivers Bank with locations in Barry, Pittsfield, Liberty, and Hannibal, and always online at greatriversbank.bank, here to serve you and your family with all of your banking needs. Learn more about their services and those interest rates, as they're getting a little lower every day, at greatriversbank.bank. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. We'll meet the teams for both squads in this contest next on Central Illinois Sports.
Here in Pittsfield, we're focused on maintaining a healthy, diverse economic base to increase opportunities for our residents. Economic factors greatly affect a community's overall potential, and we strive to continue our prosperous culture. The availability of both commercial and industrial employment centers and new lucrative entrepreneurship opportunities are major assets for growth and development here in Pittsfield. In addition to providing employment and income to people, Pittsfield also boasts several tax incentive districts to further facilitate economic growth. Examples of growth and success can be seen throughout Pittsfield. Pittsfield is located within Pike County and widely known for the abundance of white-tailed deer, and is also home to companies that have capitalized from the region's natural resources. Located over on Madison Street, Whitetail Properties is a major local and international employer that truly embodies the local and economic spirit of Pittsfield. State-of-the-art communications and telecommuting are available here. Be sure to catch their televised series throughout the week on the Sportsman Channel. Come grow and be a part of something great in Pittsfield, Illinois.
Hey, grab me one too.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
we're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the perfect gifts for this holiday season.
Come in and check out all of the great gift ideas, like hunting accessories, clothing, gun safes, guns and bows.
Let Game Masters help you with your holiday shopping.
Go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection.
And don't forget gift cards for those hard-to-buy loved ones. clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
Game Masters in Quincy.
We're passionate about the outdoors.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, if you got somebody hard to buy for this Christmas, and everybody does, there's something for everybody at your local Farm Home Supply in our holiday sale going on now through December 18th. Toys galore for sale, including this cool flying ball helicopter for $7.99, or this 2-pack John Deere Big Scoop for under $30. Get a holiday rebate on all area, includes footwear, apparel, and accessories. For all the anglers out there, get a mystery tackle box, only $16.99. If you've got a pet at home, get a dog or cat toy multi-pack under $15. See all the deals on sale right now through the 18th at farmandhomesupply.com.
Welcome back to Germantown Hills Middle School. It's time to take a look at the Farm and Home Supply lineups in this contest. Farm and Home Supply, from snacks and hoodies to power tools and lawn chairs. Nobody has it like your local Farm and Home Supply. Check them out this holiday season at the location nearest you or online at farmandhomesupply.com. The Beecher Bobcats. Coaches Kayla Heisey and Jason Horlock, 19-5 on the season, are the Bobcats. And let's meet their non-starters first of all. A 8th grade guard, that's McKenna Albert. An 8th grade center, Alexandra Johnson. Also a 7th grader guard, Carson Caspin. An 8th grade guard, that's Kaylee Kopek. A 7th grade guard, Ruby Gomez. A 7th grade forward, Lillian Farrar. An 8th grade forward, Kaylee Zellhart. A 7th grade forward, Sydney Ketman. And an 8th grade center, Addison Krakowski. Beecher will start the following here today. At a guard is an 8th grader, Gianna Bonomo. At a second guard, an 8th grader, Carmela Irwin. And at the third guard will be an 8th grader, that's Madison Smith. At a forward, she is an 8th grader, that's Grace Wiest. And at the other forward is an 8th grader, Caitlin O'Neill. O'Neill, Wiest, also Smith, Irwin, and Bonomo for the Beecher Bobcats. Their colors are orange, black, and white. And the Bobcats here today, their fans, most of them across the way from us. A little bit of a trip, as we said, about a 2-hour trip here to Germantown Hills. So a little bit of a smaller following in person, but hopefully if they're able to win this contest, some more of those fans will be able to make the trip down for the semifinal tonight. Same thing for this Channahon squad. Their fans are right next to us on this side of the gymnasium, and they'll be excited to see their squad play as well. For Channahon, coaches Tommy Stokey, Lauren Schwartz, and Brittany Bertani. They're 20-1 on the season. Non-starters, a 7th grader, Julia De La Cruz. An 8th grader, Angela Morales. An 8th grader, Kaylee Birmingham. A 7th grader, Taylor West. An 8th grader, Emily Tim. An 8th grader, Katie Fleetwood. An 8th grader, Emily Brown. Also an 8th grader, Peyton Sirik. And a 7th grader, Gianna Gray. Starting lineup for this squad from Channahon. The Indians will start at a guard, an 8th grader, that's Clara Gitzelin. At a second guard is an 8th grader, that's Reagan Keys. Third guard is an 8th grader, Sadie Webb. At a forward, an 8th grader, Kennedy Katowski. And at the other forward, an 8th grader, Gianna Johnson. Johnson, Webb, Katowski, Keys, and Gitzelin for Channahon. Visiting team will be Beecher, black uniforms, orange numbers, white trim. Channahon, the home whites, with the red numbers here this afternoon. A final break on the pregame show. Thanks to Farm and Home Supply for bringing us the starting lineups and all of the roster here on the opening day. We tip it off next from Germantown Hills.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetous, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
Well, they're finishing up the encore introductions for both squads. Channahon and Beecher in this state final quarterfinal matchup. The winner will play at 6:30 this evening against the winner of Teutopolis and Pittsfield Pikeland, and what will be the final quarterfinal game of the afternoon. 2 games already in the books. Earlier today, Germantown Hills beat Washington Middle School 35-28, and then Litchwood a dominating performance over Monticello 30-8 to set up the first semifinal that will be played at 5 o'clock tonight. Referees ready to roll here, as are both teams, and we're ready for action on Central Illinois Sports. Katowski will jump in the center circle for Channahon, and she'll jump against O'Neill for Beecher. Sit back and enjoy 8th grade state finals action on Central Illinois Sports. Referee steps into the center of the circle. He says, you're going that way, you're going that way, and the tip is up and controlled by Beecher for the opening tip, and then stolen away by Katowski. So turnover by Beecher to start the contest. The arrow will favor Channahon. On the right wing is Keys. Gets the ball into Katowski. Katowski off the glass, no good. Rebound fought for and run down way out front. That's by Gitzelin. Gitzelin works it on the left side. Dribble drive in. Shot put up is no good. Did they ever get a shot up there, Damon, or just poked away from behind?
They did get a shot,
okay.
And then we're going to have a offensive foul and a turnover against Beecher. Excuse me, that'll actually go against.
Yeah, I think it's going against Channahon.
Okay.
I think they might have just pointed the wrong way.
No, they called number 10.
I just think they had the wrong number. They'll get it corrected.
All right.
They're clarifying on the arrow possibly as well, on who actually got it to start the game. And they'll say that the arrow is going to go the other way. So they're actually saying that Channahon won that tip. It was never fully controlled by Beecher.
But they are going to say it was an offensive foul against Grace Weiss, so that'll be her first. Team foul number 1. And that will be the first turnover of the ball game.
Alexander Johnson comes into the game quickly for Beecher, as Weist sits down. Inbounds pass coming here for Channahon. Ball stolen away on the play by Irwin. She'll push it ahead. Runner up off the window in for 2. That's Madison Smith, and makes it a 2-0 lead. Other way quickly. Shot put up no good. A rebound fought for underneath. That'll bounce off of Beecher. Fighting for position that time was Gianna Johnson. Couldn't grab it with both hands. Morales to throw it in. Gets it on the left side. 3-point shot up no good by Keys. Weak side rebound comes to Webb. Her pass is then stolen away here by Irwin. Trying to control it into the front court are the Bobcats. Johnson with it. Works it over to Madison Smith. Smith a little ball handoff to Bonomo. Bonomo with a crossover, and she's bumped and fouled.
Be the first foul of the ball game against Channahon. Be whistled against Sadie Webb. That'll be her first.
And ball out of bounds here for Beecher. Irwin dribbles to the right side, has picked up the bounce. Now ball knocked away and stolen away by Channahon. If they can control, and they do. Ooh, that's over and back.
Turnover and a turnover, so 3 against Beecher, 2 against Channahon.
Had a hard time picking up that steal, and then when she did, she was right on that center line.
So the team's trying to feel out the start of this game. Beecher has a 2-0 lead. Ball knocked away by the defense of Sadie Webb. We've seen this early in each game, except for the Germantown Hills game to start. That was their own gym, and they were really comfortable early, weren't they?
They were comfortable early, and it was two teams that knew what to expect. The last two games we haven't seen that as much, as Beecher has their 4th turnover already of the ball game.
Katowski pushes it ahead to Webb. Webb has the dribble out between the circles toward the right wing. Finds Getzwillen. Getzwillen out to Johnson. On the left side to Webb. Webb with the dribble drive inside. Good move. Gets in for 2 and ties the game up at 2 points apiece. In the backcourt with his Bonomo against the pressure of Katowski. Ball stolen away by Webb. Webb with a takeaway. Cross-court pass to Katowski. Puts it on the floor. Left-hand little hook shot up and no good, but she's fouled. And Kennedy Katowski goes to the free throw line shooting 2 shots.
Foul's going to be whistled against Madison Smith. That'll be her second team foul against Beecher. So to the line for Channahon goes Kennedy Katowski, looking to give them their first lead of the ball game. First shot for her is off the back of the iron, no good.
And the contest for Beecher for the first time today, we see McKenna Albert into the game, and also back into the contest is Grace Wiest.
As Katowski's ready for her second shot. Ball is in the air, and it is good. She's got her first points of the ball game.
Gives Channahon their first lead, 3-2. Into the front court come the Bobcats. Johnson has it, works the pass in the post. That's to Wiest, stolen away by Katowski. Katowski then has it knocked loose, and she's on the floor after it. And Channahon will call the timeout to save the possession for their team. Channahon 3, Beecher 2, 3:35 to play in the first. Back with you after this.
Hey, grab me 1 too.
.335 to play in the first. 3-2 the lead for Channahon. They called the chime out as Katowski was on the floor after the loose ball. And it'll be Channahon ball on the sideline of the front court. Works it out front to Getzerlin, and her pass a little hot that time, and a turnover on the Indians. Their third of the early going here. And now a turnover on Beecher as they try to find Alexandra Johnson near the half-court line, and there really wasn't much pressure otherwise in the backcourt at the moment. Tried to throw that long pass, and it was not touched, and out of bounds underneath here for Channahon. Bounce pass lobbed into Katowski. Her runner-up no good. And a rebound down to McKenna Albert. She's then tied up. It'll go the way of Beecher on the alternating possession area.
Please refrain from sitting in the front row of the stadium. Please do not sit on the front row of the stadium.
Don't want anybody in the front row here. For the safety of the players.
Or fans on the floor.
And one young lady about went flying there. Here's a ball turned over by Beecher. As again, the Bobcats trying to get moving a little too quickly here in the early going.
Already their 8th turnover of the ball game, less than 3 minutes into this one.
Length of the court to go for Channahon. Sadie Webb works it over the top of the defense to Getzerlin. She had the ball knocked away from behind by a hustling McKenna Albert. Ball out of bounds allows Carmela Irwin to check back into the game, and Caitlin O'Neill to come in for Beecher, who's really keeping a good rotation going here early on. Webb to throw it in for Channahon to Katowski. Got the dribble out on the wing. Katowski, probably the tallest player on the floor for either squad. Off the screen, Getzerlin. Ball reversed to Katowski on the left side. She'll put up a 3. It's off the mark. Weak side rebound to Getzerlin, and can't get it to fall. Rebound out of bounds. Last touch by Gianna Johnson. And it'll be Beecher basketball. Another long pass, and this has not worked for Beecher. As it's stolen away by Webb. Down to Katowski. Kicks it out, free throw line shot by Johnson won't fall. And the rebound down to Beecher's Caitlin O'Neill. Ball then is knocked loose, and it'll stay with the Bobcats. Length of the court to go. trying to make those long passes, and it's allowing those athletes from Channahon to react, Damon.
Yeah, Channahon's got some length, especially out top on this press. Passes have to be crisp. Can't have loft to it. They've got to be direct, but you've got to really work on it. As right now, another turnover against Beecher as the ball is just going to be lost and out of bounds. Turnover number 10 for the Bobcats.
Madison Smith will check back in. She'll replace Gianna Bonomo. So a Gianna on both teams in this game. Here's a three on the way up by Keys, no good. Weak side rebound comes down to Johnson. Her shot blocked, and the rebound this time to Beecher. On the run to the front court, Irwin. Irwin throws it off of the defender out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bobcats underneath.
I believe there's 3 Giannas.
3 Giannas?
Yeah, one team has 2.
It's a popular name back in that year. Yep, Gianna Gray and Gianna Johnson and Gianna Bonomo. Inbounds pass comes on the left side to Beecher's Carmela Irwin. Here's a three, top of the key, no good by Wiest. And the rebound is pulled in by Maddie Karstensen, who's in for the first time. For Channahon. Here's the ball knocked out of bounds by the Bobcats. Stays with the Channahon Indians underneath their own hoop. 3-2 the lead for Channahon with 2:12 to play in the first. Inbounds pass to Katowski. On the right side, Getzerlin. Three-point shot up, no good by Webb. Rebound out of bounds, battled for here, and stays on this end, the official tells us. Webb to trigger here for the Indians. Looking, ball knocked loose and stolen away as Wiest has it on the run toward the front court. Has pressure from behind, runner up off the window, no good. Rebound out of bounds, it will be Bobcats basketball.
Wiest got going just a little bit too quick there. Couldn't quite get it under control to go up for the layup. But Bobcats basketball. Inbounds to Wiest. Long three for her is no good. But it will remain Bobcats basketball as Keys couldn't control the rebound.
It was an air ball, and Keys kind of had to hit her hard, kind of in the forearm almost, and go out of bounds on the opposite side. Irwin gets the ball down in the paint to Wiest. Wiest, a little tough jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down here by Karstensen, and she's fouled.
Wiest will be whistled for her second foul. That'll be the third foul of the quarter against the Bobcats, as we will see Gianna Bonomo check back in as Wiest goes to the bench with those 2 fouls.
Length of the court to go for Channahon. Into the front court with it comes Getzwillen. Looks the ball down low to Keys, and she travels.
Not the most crisp of first quarters for either of these teams. 5 turnovers against Channahon, 10 against the Beecher. Minute 30 to play here in the quarter.
They get 11 turnovers as Webb steals it out of the air. Her pass then is off of her teammate's foot, down on the floor after it both ways, and still loose out there. And really good hustle that time by Beecher's Madison Smith. She did everything she could to keep it alive, but when she came back in bounds, she is the person that saved it in, and you can't save it to yourself. So it's out of bounds underneath the Channahon.
Kopech into the ball game for the Bobcats.
Pass into Katowski. She'll fake, kick it off on the right side. Keys. Keys' shot from just inside the arc is good, and makes it a 5-2 Indians advantage. Pass into the front court. Down low, runner up no good by Kopech, but she's fouled, and she'll head to the free throw line shooting a pair.
Second foul of the quarter against Channahon is whistled against Maddie Karstensen. That'll be her first. And it will send to the line for the Bobcats, looking for her first points of the ballgame, Kaylee Kopech. Bobcats trail 5-2, 1:04 left to play, first quarter. Kopech's first, off the back of the rim, no good.
Saw fantastic free throw shooting in the first game of the day for Germantown Hills. Outside of that, it's been a struggle at the free throw line for basically everybody else.
Kopech a chance at redemption here. She missed her first. Second one is on its way, and it is good.
And makes it 5-3 with 1:03 to play in the first. Webb on the run into the front court, crosses over. Down low, good find. Up and in for 2 for Channahon is Karstensen to make it a 7-3 lead. Into the front court comes Beecher's Kopech. She has the ball stripped, stolen away. Webb with the takeaway. She'll bring it the other direction for the Indians. 4-point lead in the basketball with 40 seconds to play in the first. Shot fake and a drive now, and they'll call Gitzerlin for the travel. Length of the court to go for the Bobcats. How many turnovers for this Beecher team, Damon?
The Bobcats with 12 turnovers so far.
A lot of pressure put on them here. Here's O'Neal, drives in, ball knocked loose. Stolen away by Karstison. There's a lot of good athletes out here for Channahon, making it very difficult for this squad from Beecher. And now a double dribbling called on the baseline as Karstison tried to go to the rim.
Speed and length can do wonders on defense for a squad, and the Indians are having success with that right now as they force the Bobcats into 13 turnovers. Make it 14. Oh, yep, 14 it will be, as they will say Caitlin O'Neal with the foul. That'll be O'Neal's fourth team foul against the Bobcats. 12.7 seconds to play. First quarter action. Indians with the basketball as they approach the 10-second mark of the quarter. On the floor attacking the bucket for the Indians, that is Sadie Webb. Her shot was no good. Smith with the rebound for the Bobcats.
And she'll dribble it out to end the first quarter, and after one, it's Channahon 7, Beecher 3, back with second quarter play-by-play after this.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. That's why we know what it takes to succeed both on your balance sheet and in your life. It takes the right financial partner who looks at where you are now and where you want to go and design a financial plan to take you there so you can achieve the life you're after today and every day after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Sheila Davidsmeyer today. Her office is located at 311 West Washington in Pittsfield, Illinois, or visit SheilaDavidsmeyer.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, grab me one too.
Ready to start quarter number 2. It is a 7-3 Channahon lead. Indians will also have the basketball to start the second quarter. And Damon, a look at early shooting percentages.
Well, the Bobcats just 5 shot attempts in that first quarter, making 1 of 5, whereas the Indians 3 of 15 from the field for 20%. They have the basketball to start the second quarter, and they'll start off with a missed 3-point attempt.
Ball is then knocked away by a hustling Webb. She goes flying into the end line and narrowly avoids one of the cheerleaders on the end. Good hustle, but that was scary. Ball out of bounds on the baseline here for Beecher. Shot put up on a little floater, no good. And the rebound down to Channahon as they'll get it to Katowski. She'll look to bring it up for the Indians. Had their dribble knocked away now by a defensive effort from Madison Smith. Ball out of bounds on the sideline for Channahon. Webb with it. She'll bring it up toward the front court. Has it on the right side. It's over to Gitzerlin. Now Katowski drives in. Good pass down low to Gitzerlin. Shot no good. And on the rebound, a held ball, and it will be Beecher ball in the alternating possession arrow.
O'Neal got her second rebound before being tied up there.
Length of the court to go for Beecher, just trying to figure out a way to decrease the number of turnovers here as a lot of pressure being put on them by Channahon. Here's a shot put up from the wing, no good by Kopech, and it's ball out of bounds to Channahon, length of the court to go.
Beecher's just got to settle it down. They've done a nice job getting the initial few passes to beat Channahon's press here lately, but then they just get going too fast and lose control.
Long pass into the front court to Keys. Good find down low. Shot put up is no good, though, by Karstison. Rebound on the offensive side to Gitzerlin. Gets to Katowski. Katowski drives, kicks, left wing. Karstensen fakes, travels. Turnover on Channahon.
It's the Indians' 8th turnover of the ball game. On the other side, Beecher with 14 turnovers.
And a little bit of a struggle for both teams here in the early going to kind of get settled in. Here's another turnover by Beecher. Webb with the steal, and then her pass is knocked out of bounds by Bonomo. Beecher, though, you got to make some sort of an adjustment to slow down the number of turnovers here. You're just giving Channahon too many opportunities to score.
Wiest back into the ball game for the Bobcats. Wiest with 2 fouls.
Into Katowski, little left-hand runner, can't get it to fall. And the rebound down to Beecher's Alexander Johnson. She'll work the pass to Albert. Right side, Bonomo with 4:30 to play in the half. In a 7-3 contest. Albert to Bonomo. Pivots, looking, gets it down low to Johnson, and she's fouled, unless I on the shot, by Johnson.
Nice job of attacking the bucket right there to then draw the foul by Gianna Johnson. That's her first. Team foul number 1 of the quarter. So it sends Alexandra Johnson to the line for 2 shots. First attempt for her, looking for her first points of the ball game. It's going to be banked in and good.
Trying to cut into this lead are the Bobcats. 4:21 to play in the first half.
Bobcats scored the first 2 points of the ball game. The Indians of Channahon have led by as many as 4, but that leads down to a 2-point game as Johnson makes them both banked in.
Into the front court, ball kicked out, jump shot up and won't fall. And on the rebound, one of the Channahon Indians is over the back.
Wiest got the rebound there for the Bobcats and then was fouled by Gianna Johnson. So 2 quick fouls for Gianna Johnson, and she'll go to the bench with her team with the 7-5 lead. 4:12 to play here, first half action on the PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Turnover against the Bobcats, that's their 16th. And to the front court come the Indians.
Right side with it is Karstensen. She drives in, makes something happen, and she draws the foul.
Karstensen will go to the line for the first time in this ball game after being fouled by Gianna Bonomo. Karstensen has 2 points. Her team's got the 7-5 advantage with 3:59 to play here in the first half of play. Game 3 of 4 of the quarterfinals as Karstensen banks that one in. Give her 3. Her team lead back out to 3 with 1 free throw remaining here for Maddie Karstensen of the Channahon Indians. That free throw attempt is also banked in and good.
So you think she's trying to bank those on purpose, huh? Kind of looked that way, didn't it? Makes it 9-5, and here's another near turnover. Run done, though, by the Bobcats. Out top, they'll get it to Madison Smith. She'll let it fly from downtown, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Webb. Sadie Webb into the front court, takes it in, shot up is good, and Sadie Webb heads to the free throw line.
And with that bucket, that's the largest lead of the ball game for the Indians as they've now got the 11-5 lead as Webb took it coast to coast, drew the foul from Carmela Irwin, her first, second team foul of the quarter, and to the line looking to complete the and one is Sadie Webb. Webb's got 4 points. Her team's got the 6-point advantage. And free throw attempt was no good. Offensive rebound by Katowski. Shot up no good. Gets her own rebound. And then she's going to be called for the offensive foul. She lowered her shoulder before trying to go up. That'll be Katowski's first, team foul number 2 of the quarter. And it will also be a turnover against the Indians. That's their 9th.
And down and injured here is Alexander Johnson as she took the brunt of that from Katowski. As Katowski fought hard there as did Johnson, and then Johnson stuck in and drew the harm for her team. She'll get up, a little shaken up, heads to the bench here. It'll be Beecher ball, length of the court to go.
Might have had the wind knocked out of her just a little bit there.
Length of the court to go for Beecher, and another turnover. Webb steals it away. And then it's knocked out of bounds and headed back the way of Beecher.
Turnover for a turnover right there.
And for Beecher, it's been a problem just taking good care of the basketball here. Into the front court with it come the Bobcats. On the dribble is Bonomo. Works it down low. Good find. Gets it into Weiss, who puts it in for two. Makes it 11-7. Long pass to Keys is stolen away by Weiss, but she's not able to control it. Oh, they'll say Keys fouls her. That's why she lost her footing.
That'll be Keys' first foul. Third foul of the quarter against the Indians.
Length of the court to go for Beecher. Bonomo gets it in the backcourt to Smith. Back to Bonomo. Over the top. That's to Kopech. Long pass down low. Finds Weiss again. This shot no good. And Katowski with the rebound for Channahon. Into the front court. Keys all alone in there. Good hustle to get back by Weiss, but she's called for a foul. This will be a big one for Beecher.
That'll be Weiss third. So she's going to have to go to the bench after this first free throw attempt from Reagan Keys, who'll be looking for her first point of the ball game. Her team has the 11-7 advantage. 2:55 to play in the first half. Keys' first free throw is off the back of the iron. No good. Weiss to the bench. O'Neal back in for the Bobcats of Beecher. As Reagan Keys at the line for the Channahon Indians. Second free throw attempt for her is in and out, no good. Rebound fought for, finally going to be tracked down by Maddie Karstensen.
Webb now is going to be called for a travel out front, and it'll be ball to bounds to Beecher. Ball out here for the Bobcats, trailing 11-7 with 2:47 to play in the half. Smith with it on the drive. Kicks on the right side. Bonomo for a three, and she banks it in. Cuts this down to a one-point game. 11-10. Bobcats not ready to go away just yet. Here's a near steal, and it is going to be a steal. Smith with a takeaway. Larceny layup won't go through, and Katowski secures it for Channahon.
Now had a second lead change of the game there.
2:17 left. Ball on the left side goes to Webb. Webb drives in, shot it up, no good. Bumped in, fouled, and she'll head to the stripe to shoot two.
She'll be fouled by Caitlin O'Neal. That'll be O'Neal's second. Team foul number 4. So it sends Sadie Webb to the line. 0 for 1 from there in the contest. Looking to extend her team's lead. It's down to 1 at 11-10 as Webb is unable to convert on the first. And back into the ball game for the Bobcats, Alexandra Johnson and McKenna Albert, as Webb at the line for the Indians. Second free throw attempt for her off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Alexandra Johnson of the Bobcats. And then Webb will be whistled for the foul in the backcourt. That'll be her second. Fourth team foul of the, check that, fifth team foul of the quarter against the Indians. So to the other end to shoot two for the Bobcats is Gianna Bonomo. She will be looking to either tie the ball game or give her team the lead, as it's an 11-10 Channahon advantage over Beecher. 2:09 to play in the first half. Bonomo's first free throw attempt is up, and it is good. Gives us our second tie of the ball game. Tied at 2, now tied here at 11. As Bonomo has one free throw attempt remaining. That ball is in the air and off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound is going to go off of Beecher, so it'll be Channahon basketball.
Tied at 11 points apiece with 2:06 to play in the half. Katowski will bring it up with Webb on the bench with those two fouls. Gets it to Keys on the right side. Works the dribble toward the elbow. Out to Karstensen, now to Katowski. Katowski with a dribble drive in, lost it on the way. Ball is loose and out of bounds off of Beecher. Underneath here for the Indians of Channahon. Gitsoyland to throw it in. It's the ball in, nearly swiped away. Karstensen kept it alive though. Clears it out top, and a trip and a foul, and Karstensen will go to the free throw line shooting 2.
Foul will be whistled against Madison Smith. That'll be her second. 15th foul of the quarter against the Bobcats, so it sends to the line for 2 shots Maddie Karstensen. She's hit both her free throw attempts from there in this ball game. They were both banked in, and first attempt for her is off the back of the iron, no good. Still knotted up at 11 here. 1:43 to play. First half action. Quarterfinal game 3 of 4 here between the Channahon Indians and the Beecher Bobcats. Karstensen's second free throw attempt also no good. And rebound controlled by Madison Smith of Beecher.
Game is still tied at 11 points apiece.
Game that's been time of possession been dominated by Channahon.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. You think about it, all the turnovers on Beecher and the fact that they're tied now, nearly had a lead as that shot wouldn't go, but it's stolen away on the rebound by Smith. Gets it out left side, a three-point shot, no good by Bonomo. Weak side rebound on the offensive side, Kopech gets it off to Smith, whose shot won't fall.
Offensive rebound by Johnson.
Tied up.
And we'll have a held basketball, no turnover, as it was a jump ball on the rebound. So it'll be Indians basketball. Back into the ball game for Channahon is Sadie Webb with those 2 fouls. Taking a seat will be Johnson. On the other side, Madison Smith takes a seat for the Bobcats as Carmela Irwin back into the ball game.
This Bobcats team just won't go away.
Yeah, they're a feisty group, trying to claw their way to a lead with a minute to play. Channahon trying to maintain the first half lead for the most part now. Ball knocked to the bounce, goes off of Webb, and a turnover on the Indians.
Turnovers are starting to equal out, though. It's 15 turnovers now against the Indians compared to 17 for the Bobcats.
Left side, Albert. Good look, 3 is short. Rebound down to Irwin. She'll pull it back out for Beecher. Top of the key, Irwin. Leaves it to Bonomo. Bonomo 3, yes! Bonomo says bombs away this time and makes it 14-11 Bobcats with 25 seconds to play in the half. Here's Webb, lost it off her own foot and out of bounds, and another turnover by Channahon. And the Indians now having some trouble, as Damon told you, with taking care of the basketball, and now Beecher would like the timeout. 20.3 seconds to play in the half, 14-11, the lead for Beecher. Back after this.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Shooting is one of our favorite pastimes.
When it comes to guns and ammo, think Game Masters. They have new guns, used guns, gun safes, and gun accessories. And be sure to head over to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out our great selection.
clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more. At Game Masters in Quincy,
We're passionate about the outdoors.
20.3 seconds to play in the half. 14-11 the advantage for Beecher. The Bobcats will also have the ball length of the court to go following their first time out of the game. Bobcats with a ton of turnovers in the first half, but they've kind of turned up the intensity and done what Channahon was doing to them. And now we have a 14-11 Beecher lead with the ball with 15 seconds to play in the half. Bonomo with it on the right side. Has it stripped and stolen away by Webb. Pushes it ahead to Katowski. Katowski on the runner. Up the window and in for 2. On the fast break, makes it a 1-point game. 3, 2, 1. Bonomo passes ahead. 3 is good if it goes, and it would not for Kaylee Kopech. And we head to halftime where the Beecher Bobcats lead the Channahon Indians 14-13. We're back with the Little Jess Motors halftime show next.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
The thing for me that really separates DOT, senior leadership and the owners of the business really focus on employee engagement.
We have some of the best people managers.
The Tracy family, senior leaders throughout the business, really all of our leaders care about the employees that work here.
And that allows for a lot of families to come work at Dot Foods, and I think that's part of it, is being able to have all those different schedules and the flexibility to be able to move things around when life happens.
Welcome back on the Little Chess Motors halftime show. It's the Channahon Indians 13, the Beecher Bobcats 14 as they had the lead here at the halftime break. And Damon Emmerich has a look at your halftime stats.
Well, turnovers have been the name of the game so far in this one for both teams, as the Channahon Indians with 16 turnovers and 18 turnovers from the Beecher Bobcats. Channahon had the 7-3 lead after one quarter before Beecher was able to regain the lead and go into the half with the 14-13 lead. 6 points was the largest lead of the ballgame for the Indians. The Bobcats led by as many as 3 points. Fouling for the Bobcats, 2 fouls for Madison Smith and Caitlin O'Neill. Big key for them, Grace Weiss picked up her 3rd foul there in the second quarter. For the Indians of Channahon, 2 fouls for Sadie Webb and Gianna Johnson. No other player with more than 1 foul, as at the half, Beecher 14, Channahon 13. Back after these messages from our sponsors with the rest of the first half stats.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's open heart surgery team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's open heart surgery team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You've heard that phrase many times, and Rod Prentice in Pittsfield, your State Farm agent, is the guy you can count on to be your friend and neighbor in the insurance business. He has a complete line of insurance available for you from State Farm Insurance. You can reach him at 217-285-6930. Our family trusts Rod Prentice with all of our insurance needs. Stop by their office on Washington Street and see the girls. And Rod Prentice, your State Farm agent, 217-285-6930.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Back on the Little Jess Motors halftime show. Little Jess, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram at 3431 Main Street in Quincy, Illinois. The place to go for your next vehicle purchase. Their staff is committed to making the car buying process simple and making sure each customer's needs are satisfied. Learn more at littlejessmotor.com or stop by and see them in Quincy, Illinois.
Well, in the first half of play, Beecher 4 of 18 from the field for 22%. They were 2 of 9 from the 2 and 2 of 9 from the 3. Then they were 4 of 6 from the charity stripe. 1 point apiece for Kaylee Kopak and Grace Wiest. 2 points for Madison Smith and Alexandra Johnson. And Gianna Bonomo led the way in the first half for the Bobcats with 7 points, knocking down both of the 3-pointers made so far in this ballgame for either team. For the Indians of Channahon, they were 5 of 22 from the field, 5 of 17 from the 2, and 0 of 5 from the 3-point line for a 23% field goal percentage and just 3 of 11 from the charity stripe. Scoring in the first half for the Indians, 2 points for Taylor West, 3 for Kennedy Katowski, and Sadie Webb and Maddie Karstensen led the way for the Indians with 4 points apiece.
Kind of a strange game, really, Damon. It seemed like Channahon was kind of in control. They turned Beecher over, then Beecher turned up the pressure on the Indians, and at halftime, those turnover numbers not too far apart, as you pointed out, and neither's the score.
Yeah, pretty well even out there, and kind of what surprised me is the Indians had a lot of success there with that full-court defense. The Bobcats struggled to figure that out, but the Indians got in a little bit of foul trouble with Webb and Johnson picking up those 2 fouls, and it led to them backing into the half-court defense, and the Bobcats were grateful for that as they were able to get Gianna Bonomo open. She knocked down a pair of 3-pointers, and they regained the lead, leading by as many as 3 points, but now with just that 1-point advantage heading into the second half of play.
We'll have second half action for you after this timeout on Central Illinois Sports. It's Beecher 14, Channahon 13.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout Central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Welcome back to Germantown Hills. It is a 14-13 lead for the Beecher Bobcats. They'll have the basketball, I believe, to start the second half of play. The official arrow tells us that is correct. And Channahon will be on defense. They'll send to the floor Johnson, Katowski, Keys, Gitsoyland, and Webb. Along with possession will be Bonomo for Beecher, along with Smith, O'Neill, Wiest, and the 5th player is Irwin. So both teams are their regular starters. Here's a 3 on the way by Bonomo. Try to bank it in. No good. Rebound saved in by Wiest. Loose, tied up. It'll be Channahon basketball on the alternating possession arrow.
Bonomo almost banked in another. Just couldn't quite get it to fall.
She's had some success with that 3-point bank shot.
So it'll be Indians basketball looking to give us our 3rd lead change of the ball game if they can score here.
We'll get it down low to Katowski. Goes to work. Now kicks it up to Gitsoyland. To Webb. Webb has picked up the dribble. Finds Katowski out top. She'll drive in. Floater up off balance. No good. Rebound loose. And we'll have another tie up here. And this time it favors Beecher.
Nice job there by Madison Smith to hold on tight as Sadie Webb tried to fight the ball away, but Smith held on for the jump ball, and it is possession Bobcats.
Bonomo travels as she shuffled the feet. Got it on the wing, faked the shot, tried to get the pass off, but had already shuffled, and the turnover on Beecher. 5:20 to play in the third. Here comes Channahon into the front court as Webb trying to lead her team back to a lead. Gitzwillen out top, Keys. Over it goes to Webb. Webb with the dribble drive, cut off there with a good defense by Beecher. Around the horn, the ball comes to Channahon's Katowski, and they'll say that she gets an illegal screen that helped open her up there. That called on Gianna Johnson.
That'll be the first team foul of the quarter as Johnson's whistled for her third. Also results in a turnover against the Indians, which is their 17th.
And problems on both teams taking good care of the basketball today. But in a one-point game. Bonomo going to have it stripped away. Stolen away by Webb. Keys brings it toward the front court. Off to Webb on the right side as the right hand bounce. Back up top to Gitzwillen. Her long bounce pass finds Johnson. Ooh, nearly stolen away. It's Katowski able to grab it out of the air, and then she travels. Turnover on the Indians here. And it's out of bounds in the backcourt for Beecher. 4:20 to play in the third. Bobcats on the attack. Going into this one-point lead, another turnover and then another turnover. Turnover for a turnover here.
Fair and balanced.
4:10 to play in the third. Beecher with a one-point lead. Left side, here's a long two-point shot up, no good by Irwin. Rebound down, saved in bounds, and a tie-up. They'll give the ball to Channahon.
So it'll be Indians basketball, still looking for our first points of the third quarter as Indians with the basketball trailing 14-13. We've had two lead changers in the ball game, and we've been tied at 2 and 11.
Here's Keys on the right side to Webb. Beats her defender out the dribble. Too far underneath the basket, though, and the rebound pulled down by Beecher's Weist. Long pass into the front court. Finds Johnson. Her shot no good. And the rebound pulled down by Gianna Johnson for Channahon. No score here so far in the third. Left side, Gitzwillen. Pass down low, stolen away. Good defense that time by Alexander Johnson. Pushes it ahead into the front court. Weist with the shot up, no good. Rebound loose and a hustling. Bonomo gets it out to her teammate for a three, and the shot won't fall from Smith, and it'll be ball out of bounds to Channahon, length of the court to go.
Weist on that fast break right there, just didn't get to the side of the rim, tried to shoot it over the middle. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. We'll take it to Beecher 14, Channahon 13. We're back in a minute.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that, it looks awesome, and then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
The heart is the hardest working muscle in your body. If something goes wrong with it, you need a medical team that works just as hard. You need Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team, celebrating 20 years of delivering life-saving care to tri-state residents. Patients and families choose Blessing Health's Open Heart Surgery Team for its experience, quality, and heartwarming compassion. Get the most out of your hard-working heart.
.308 to play in the third, 14-13 the advantage for Beecher out of the timeout here. On the left side, Webb with the basketball. Kicks it on the right wing. Here's a long three up and good by Gitzwillen. gets Soylent with the three and gives Channahon the 16-14 lead. And now a steal by Katowski. Katowski on the run into the front court. Layup up is good. Off the basket, the official says. And the Channahon Indians have all of a sudden come to life, and then we'll get a timeout here.
No, I think we're going to have a technical foul on the floor.
Oh, goodness. A lot to sort out here. A technical foul then on
11.
On number 14, Smith.
So she picked up her third and fourth fouls right there. They're going to say she slammed the basketball.
Katowski will shoot the and one, and then you look at the two-shot free throws for the technical, and then they'll get the ball. Watch this finish by Katowski at the rim. A nice job through that contact. And it's her and one opportunity here. The officials talking it out here, but Channahon came out of the timeout with some extra motivation, it appears.
As Katowski at the line, going to try to complete the and one. She does just that.
Now she'll shoot two for the technical. This could really be a big swing here.
Gets the second to go. She's got 8, matches the largest lead of the ball game for her squad. And the second is good.
8-point swing there.
Yeah, in a hurry. That changed very quickly, didn't it? And now the ball to Channahon at the half-court line. Katowski gets it back from Webb. She says, give me the ball. She's feeling it right now for her squad. Hands it off to Webb. Webb toward the top of the key. Dribble drive in. Turns the corner. Gets to the rim and scores 2 more. 9-point lead for Channahon. Beecher really needs a timeout, and they'll get one here. 2:25 to play in the third. 23-14. Channahon has taken the lead. Back with you after this.
Hey, grab me one too.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Game Masters has the perfect gifts for this holiday season.
Come in and check out all of the great gift ideas like hunting accessories, clothing, gun safes, guns and bows.
Let Game Masters help you with your holiday shopping.
Go to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out the selection.
And don't forget gift cards for those hard-to-buy loved ones. Clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more.
Game Masters in Quincy. We're passionate about the outdoors.
The Channahon Indians are on a 12-0 run as Beecher comes out of the timeout with the basketball. They saw a 4-point lead just moments ago turn into a 9-point deficit. Here's a shot put up no good by Bonomo. Rebound underneath for Beecher's Weist. He's tied up. It'll be Beecher ball on the possession arrow here. Channahon wants to get a sub in at the scorer's table. Here comes Karstensen back into the game. She'll replace Johnson. A lot of size on the Channahon team. Inbounds pass is, well, I think she was going to shoot it and then had to throw it, did Irwin, to her teammate Bonomo. Bonomo trying to dribble in the corner. Can't find an opening. Finds Albert and she travels. Turnover on Beecher. Their 23rd of the game. 2:02 to play in the third period. You just give your opponent that many extra opportunities, Damon, they're eventually going to hurt you. Keys on the left side to Webb. Man, she's quick off that dribble. Shot up, no good. Foul. She'll go to the free throw line shooting 2 shots.
Indians took that timeout around the 3.5 mark, and whatever that said in the huddle there worked, as the Indians are on a 10-0 run since then, as Weist picks up her 4th foul for the Bobcats. Webb at the line where she is unable to get her first free throw attempt to go. Wiest has to go to the bench with those 4 fouls along with McKenna Albert. As Webb at the line, 1:48 to play here in the third quarter. Second free throw attempt for her is good.
And a double-digit lead for Channahon with 1:45 to play in the third. On the right side with it is Bonomo. Drives in, runner-up, no good. Rebound, put back, blocked as O'Neal had it. And this time Webb comes out of there with it for the Indians. She'll cross it over, give it off on the right side for a three. Gets Soylent, rims in and out, no good. Rebound down to Keys as everybody goes flying in the lane. Webb works it back out to Gitsoylent, and a second chance opportunity here for Channahon. Over to Katowski, runner in the lane, too hard. Rebound and run down way out front by Keys. Hands the ball to Gitsoylent. Off to Webb. Ball gets reversed on the left side. Gitsoylent, and she travels. So a turnover on the Indians.
21 turnovers now against the Indians, 23 for the Bobcats.
That's a lot of turnovers in this game. Wow. Here's a pass nearly stolen away as Katowski playing the point of that press. Or pressure defense, I should say, with under a minute to play in the third. Here's Johnson on the baseline, throws up a wild shot. It goes behind the backboard and out of bounds. And it's linked to the court to go for the Channahon Indians.
Bobcats are missing Wiest and Madison Smith, who are both on the bench with 4 fouls here with 40 seconds to play in the third quarter.
Makes a bit of a difference, doesn't it? Gitsoylent with it on the right wing. Out top to Karstensen. Reversed over left side. Webb for the long two. Put on the line, but she knocks it down. Webb with another bucket makes it 26-14. Bonomo now had trouble with the dribble. Regains the possession. Looking for a cutter. Finds her teammate in Irwin. Irwin off the screen from Bonomo. Puts up a shot, no good. And Gitsoylent with the rebound for Channahon. 3 seconds, 2. Does anybody know how much time's left? Webb does. Puts it up from the volleyball line, no good. And quarter number 3 is in the books. A big quarter for the Channahon Indians. They lead 26-14, headed to quarter number 4.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
Here at Little Jess, we value hard work, dedication, integrity, and leadership. We have a respect for heritage and tradition and believe in the pursuit of building legacies, breaking records, and putting forth award-winning results. That's why supporting schools and local teams is one of our favorite and most exciting parts of our business. For over 7 decades, we strive daily to use those same values as a foundation to meet our community's automotive needs and support our future generations. Little Jess Motors, serving our community since 1969.
Fourth and final quarter here in this quarterfinal. Channahon, a big third quarter. 15-0. They outscore Beecher and take the 12-point lead into the final period.
Well, in that third quarter of play, Channahon was 4 of 9 from the field, and then they also shot 4 of 5 from the charity stripe, whereas Beecher was 0 for 9 in that quarter with 5 turnovers to go along with that as they were outscored 13-0.
Katowski gets to the rim, shot won't fall in, and the rebound is loose. Comes down to Karstensen, who still has it and stood up with it, so she'll be called for traveling. .541 to play in this one. A 12-point lead for Channahon. Beecher on the attack. And a steal as Keys took it out of the air. Ooh, nearly over and back there, but Keys is not fully established in the front court. That's why she can make that pass. Katowski with it left side. Gets it to Keys, now on the right wing with it. To Webb. Webb on the drive, a little out of control, but gets bumped and fouled on the floor. The ball out of bounds.
Bonomo will be whistled for her second, first foul of the quarter. As we'll see Wiest and Madison Smith back into the ballgame for the Bobcats. They check back in, both with 4 fouls apiece. Albert and Alexandra Johnson will go to the bench. Bobcats have to get a stop and a score and do so quickly.
Now Keys for 3, no good. And the rebound down the way of the Bobcats. Into the front court, Smith on the runner. She gets inside, puts the shot up, and gets her to go. Good touch by Smith. Makes it 26-16. The other way, Gitsoil on a quick shot. It's in and out, no good. Rebound tipped around, Keys has it. To Katowski, and she'll pull it out and reset. Katowski toward the right wing, wants to get the screen here. Finds her teammate off the roll, and Keys shot no good, but fouled, and she'll shoot 2. Good find by Katowski. She really has impressed me with her passing ability here in this contest.
O'Neal's whistled for her third, second foul of the quarter against the Bobcats. Reagan Keys to the line. Keys scoreless so far in the ballgame. Be her second trip to the line in the ballgame. She can't get the first to go as it goes halfway down and comes back out. And into the ballgame for the Indians. Checking back in will be Gianna Johnson as Carstensen takes a seat. Keys second is good. Reagan Keys is on the scoreboard for Channahon.
Channahon leads by 11 with 4:40 to play. Smith passes it off on the right side to East. Back to Madison Smith. Skip pass knocked away by Keys and stolen away. Keys on the dribble. Pulls it back out and she'll turn it over as it's stolen by Wiest. To Smith. Smith on the bounce. Bounce pass on the right side. They'll work it down low. Trying to go to work is Wiest. Kicks it back out of the wing to Bonomo. Bonomo for the long 2. Can't bank it in this time. And the rebound pulled in by Karstison. And then a held ball. It'll be Beecher ball on the alternating possession arrow. Out of bounds underneath for Beecher as O'Neal to throw it in. Looking. Gets the ball into Wiest. Back to O'Neal. Top of the key, Smith now with 4:04 left. Beecher's kind of got to be in a little more of a hurry here, down by 11. Kopech with it on the right side. It's nearly stolen away. Fans along the sideline nearly collided with her. Shot put up no good by Smith, and it's out of bounds off of Channahon. Underneath the bucket here for the Beecher Bobcats. Bounce pass is off of Beecher's foot. I think that's off of the Beecher player and Madison Smith's foot, and it's ball out of bounds. Channahon with the 11-point lead.
Smith out there pressuring with 4 fouls.
Yep. Desperate times call for desperate measures, though. When you're down by 11 with 3:34 to play, you throw the kitchen sink at her, right? Here's Katowski on the drive. Good find. Get it to Carstensen. Shot blocked. No good. Katowski got it back. Put it back up. Won't fall, but she's fouled. And she'll shoot 2.
O'Neal's whistled for her third. That is the third team foul of the quarter. So Katowski back to the line for the Indians. She's 4 for 5 from there in the ball game. She's got 9 points. Her team's got the 27-16 lead. Make it 28-16 as that free throw matches the largest lead of the ball game at 12. Chance to add to that with 3:26 to play. Kopech out. Irwin back into the ballgame for the Bobcats. As Kennedy Katowski at the line for Channahon. Her free throw is on its way, and it is good.
She's pretty good at making those.
And she's a good player. 3:25 to play in this contest, and a 13-point Channahon Indian lead. Smith with it. A high pass, grabbed by Bonomo. To the right corner, has picked up the dribble. A little reach around pass to O'Neal. O'Neal is going to have it knocked out of bounds by Webb. Stays with Beecher underneath with 3:10 to play. Looking, ball comes in to O'Neal. Her shot won't fall. Rebound put back, no good by Wiest. And the rebound controlled by Katowski. Off to Webb, who travels. Turnover on the Indians here.
24 against the Indians, 26 against the Bobcats in this one.
As Beecher has the basketball down by 13. They've been quiet here in the second half with just 2 points. And the ball now knocked down of bounds off of the defender in Webb. That allows Beecher to return Alexandra Johnson to the game, and she'll replace O'Neal, and we'll get a timeout taken here by Channahon. 2:55 to play, 29-16. Channahon on top. Back after this.
Chris Nichols, managing broker and owner of PCRE Real Estate and Auction, has over 15 years of experience, specializing in selling hunting and recreational properties and farmland. Chris prides himself on combining buyers and sellers, both local and from around the country, to help both parties achieve their land investment goals. Chris takes the time to walk clients through the process of selling their property from start to finish, making the experience feel seamless and enjoyable. Contact Chris Nichols and PCRE Real Estate and Auction at 217-473-3777.
Channahon called the timeout. They have 2 remaining, up by 13 here. The ball to bounce here for Beecher. The bounce pass is nearly stolen away. Loose ball grabbed by the Bobcats. Bonema works it down low to Johnson. Her turnaround shot no good. Rebound put back up and good by Grace Wiest. And down to an 11-point game with 2:39 to play. Ball knocked away from behind by Madison Smith. She's still hustling out there for Beecher.
Bobcats have 3 fouls this quarter. Remember, at 5 fouls, automatically a 2-shot. Katowski, nice shot fake, up and good. Kennedy Katowski now with 13, including 10 here in the second half.
Pass down now stolen away by Webb. Webb with the takeaway as the Beecher turnover problem just keeps growing here. Man down low, out of bounds was the young lady in Gitsoyland.
2:17 to play. PCRE Real Estate and Auction scoreboard. Quarterfinal number 3 of 4 here in Germantown Hills.
Out of bounds. Nope, double dribble the call. I thought somebody stepped out there. So a turnover on the Bobcats. How many, Damon?
28 on the Bobcats.
That does make it difficult, doesn't it? Difficult for sure. Pass on the left-hand side to Gitsoyland. Out top, Keys. Right side, Webb. Good patience here shown by Channahon. Up by 13 with 1:44 to play. Gitsoyland has it knocked loose. Might have been fouled, and a timeout here by Channahon. We'll pause as well. 1:37 left, 31-18. The advantage for Channahon over Beecher. Back after this.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com. One size fits all. That may be all right for an adjustable belt or cheap sunglasses, but when it comes to your financial needs, no one wants a one-size-fits-all strategy. Derek Harris is your Pike and Adams County area Edward Jones financial advisor. Derek Harris's most important goals are yours. That's why Derek will take the time to understand your needs so he can recommend personalized strategies with your goals in mind. Contact Derek Harris today at 217-222-7173. Knowing you, that's how Edward Jones makes sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Channahon called the timeout. They now have 1 left, up by 13 with 1:37 to play. As Katowski has it on the dribble. Works it on the left side. A 3 by Gitsoyland, no good. And the rebound loose, and we'll have a jump ball. It'll stay with Channahon.
Indians inbound, it's to Katowski. Katowski pulls it back to the top of the key with 1:20. She gets it right wing Webb. Out top, that's to Johnson. To Katowski, she'll dribble it back out. And going to be called for dragging the pivot foot, so it'll be a turnover against the Indians. That's their 26th.
So they've had plenty of problems with turnovers in their own right, but have a 13-point lead with just 1:12 to play. Bounce pass in the paint is to O'Neal, and she has it stripped and stolen away by Johnson. Now O'Neal's down and hurt. The teammate got to back up a shot in Albert, and they're going to stop play as O'Neal hit the floor hard. They'll have the trainer come out and take a look at her with 58.8 seconds left. Let's step aside as they attend to her on the court. 58.8 seconds to play at 31-18. Channahon leads Beecher.
Hey, grab me 1-2.
As a new hunting season begins, we observe a species most rare, the hunter incompetus. The hunting ritual begins. Already he stakes his claim by bringing a duck call to a deer hunt. Disaster strikes. A devastating blow to a long-suffering species. There may be no helping the hunter incompetus, but for everyone else, no other place has it all like Farm and Home Supply. Tell my mom to pick me up soon.
58.8 seconds left, 31-18 lead for Channahon. And it's ball out of bounds length of the court to go for the Indians as they tend to the injured player for Beecher, and she's okay, just took a pretty hard shot there, but able to gather herself on the sideline. Katowski brings it into the front court for Channahon with 50 seconds left, off 49.7, and a foul here on Beecher will stop the clock and allow some new players to come in for both teams. For Beecher, we'll see Carson Casput in for the first time, along with Olivia Rietveld. Also into the contest, Ruby Gomez. We see Gianna Bonamo will stay on the floor, and Addison Krakowski is on. For Channahon, we see Peyton Sirik. Also into the contest is Emily Tim and Emily Brown in for Channahon. 47 seconds to play. Channahon going to move on to that semifinal and play the winner of Teutopolis and Pikeland. Ball comes out top to Brown and has it stolen away here by Beecher. Into the front court, Casput is fouled, and I believe we'll see her shoot 2 shots.
We will see her shoot 2. As Casput will go to the line looking for her first points of the ball game. That'll be Carson Casput at the line for the Bobcats. Her team trails 31-18, 30.7 seconds to play. First one is on its way. It's off the back of the iron, no good.
Channahon will bring into the contest now Katie Fleetwood and also Kaylee Birmingham.
Casput with 1 shot remaining. Shot attempt for her is no good. Rebound fought for and controlled by Katie Fleetwood.
She'll get the ball to Peyton Sirik. Sirik into the front court with 21 seconds to play. Dribbles the ball off of the defender's foot and out of bounds. That stoppage of play will allow Lillian Farrar to come in the game for the first time for Beecher. The bounce pass comes to Fleetwood. Ball knocked free and run down on the wing by Brown. Gets it back out front to Sirik. 10 seconds left. Channahon 31-18. They have dominated the second half, 20-4. Here's a steal now on the breakaway. Zellhart, her shot no good, out of bounds. It'll stay with Beecher with 2 seconds to play. And the Bobcats with one last chance to get some more points on the board. Pass comes to the wing, knocked out of bounds, 9/10 of a second left now.
And with one more chance.
And now the Bobcats at the ball to bounce. They'll have one more chance to get some points on the board. Inbounds pass. Bounces away, and the final of this one, Channahon, the big second half comeback over Beecher, 31-18. We take you to the Blessing Health System postgame show with final stats next.
Before the TAVR, I was very active, worked out at the Croc Center. I would say less than a week. Well, of course, Amy tells me I couldn't do squats. She even wrote it in my discharge paper. Great big, Sandy, no squats. So I did a couple.
Oh my word.
Don't tell her.
I knew she was going to, but I have the best job in the world to get to work with these patients.
I like hard work. I mean, I kind of was raised that way. You really do make a difference. You're helping ship out food to feed people. Someone's got to do it, and I don't mind doing the hard work of it, you know. That gives me meaning, and I do go home rewarded. Every time I drop off a pallet, it's kind of corny, but I look back at it with a sense of pride. I'm like, yep, I built that, it looks awesome, and then I just drive away. I love it. When my life needed meaning, I chose Doc.
Best Systems Insulators offer insulation for homes and commercial buildings throughout central Illinois and the surrounding areas. We take great care to ensure that the insulation products we use are the best fit for our clients and their project. We understand that different buildings have different needs and that each of our clients has a unique set of goals. Let us work with you to find the best solution for your next project. Call Best Systems Insulators at 217-285-6005. That's 285-6005. Or visit them online at GoBestSystems.com.
Grab the game while your kids are busy. You know, streaming, gaming, and homework. Now you can teach your kids the value of $1 by showing bundles with Cascom. Bundle telephone, internet, and TV. Bundle 2 for a double play or 3 for a triple play. Plus, save $20 a month for 3 months for a limited time. Then you can tell everyone how you help them with their math homework. Call Cascom about bundles today at 1-800-252-1799. Cascom at 1-800-252-1799.
At Game Masters in Quincy,
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Shooting is one of our favorite pastimes.
When it comes to guns and ammo, think Game Masters. They have new guns, used guns, gun safes, and gun accessories. And be sure to head over to GameMastersOutdoors.com to check out our great selection.
clothing, fishing, hunting, gifts, and more. At Game Masters in Quincy,
We're passionate about the outdoors.
Welcome back on the Blessing Health System postgame show. Bottom of this one, the Channahon Indians defeat Beecher 31-18, and Damon Emmerich has a look at the final stats.
Well, in this ball game, Beecher finishes by shooting 6 of 36 from the field, just 2 of 18 in the second half of play. Individual scoring for the Bobcats, Kaylee Kopech with 1, 2 points for Alexandra Johnson, 4 points apiece for Madison Smith and Grace Wiest, and Gianna Bonomo led the way for the Bobcats with 7 points. For the Indians of Channahon, 10 of 37 from the field for 27% and 10 of 20 from the free throw line. Scoring for the Indians, Reagan Keys with 1 point, 2 points for Taylor West, 3 for Clara Getzelen, 4 for Maddie Karstison, 9 points for Sadie Webb, and Kennedy Katowski led the way in this ball game for the Indians with 12 points.
Time to name our player of the game, presented by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Derek Harris. Financial investments are important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, parents, and mentors. Derek Harris, your Edward Jones Financial Advisor, understands this. That's why Derek Harris is the proud sponsor of the player of the game on Central Illinois Sports. And when it mattered and the points weren't coming for this squad from Channahon, Kennedy Katowski made it happen. She finishes with 13 points on the day to lead her team to the 31-18 victory. Channahon will play the winner of Teutopolis and Pike.